Do you like to deal massive damage to your opponents in a Forbidden Forest and in solo duo duels? Well, today I've got this card combo which is going to help you just annihilate your opponents if you get it off and hit them. It can be a bit finicky to actually hit them, but if you do hit them, it just melts your opponent down and say goodbye to their health and you winning the battle. So let's get into it. As always, we'll start right here with the deck, and we're going to start with Hermione because she just procs that skill, dropping our high MP cost cards down a little bit lower. We've got Prior and Canto in slot number 1, as always, just to double down on some of these bigger moves if you want to hit them twice. A Pugno and Broomstick, as they always go together and just cycle through. We've got Incarcerus, which pairs with my DPS of the Whiz-Bang, which I have another video about in the combos, which I'll link up above. We've got Ventus just as a bit of a counter to the locomotives. And then these two is the one we're going to be talking about. That is the Time Turner and the Glacial Maxima. So if we have a look at Glacius Maxima, that's what it is, not Glacial. It casts the Glacius Maxima that deals damage to all opponents in a straight line after 1.5 seconds. The 1.5 seconds is the hard part. So if a companion or your future self is present, they will also cast Glacius Maxima in the same direction. This is where the huge damage comes from. It freezes opponents hit by 2 or more Glacier Maxima tracks, but each track's damage is decreased by 6% up to a maximum of 52. So the more tracks you have, the less damage those extra tracks do. You can also freeze your opponents if you have more than one. 202, but if you put that across 2 or 3 or 4 of your companions, add that up, that is like 6 to 7, 800 damage, maybe even close to 1,000 if you really get up there with companions and time turners. So if you look down below, these are the 3 companions that I've used. You can probably switch out Hermione for whoever, but Malfoy is really useful here because there's 3 of them. That means you get 4 straight off the bat. If you add a time turner in, that's 5, and there you go, you're getting close to that 1,000 damage if they all come off. Frey twins, again, there's 2 of them. That means you've got 3 plus time turners if you have them. Then Hermione is just 1. And I think all the rest of the companions, it's only 1 as well. So it doesn't really matter for the last companion. To be honest, I don't even know if half of these work because they don't actually do spells. But we can test them out if we really want to. So that there is the deck. It's not a huge balanced deck. It's just something that I've made to show off these Glacial and Time Turner and companions all together. So let's get into a duel. Alright, down below here we do have our Glacius Maximus already up. We are going to just try and get the lower amount on it, which we have. Look at that, only 3 to use it. So we've got Malfoy here, we've got Time Turner here. So we're going to drop down a Time Turner in a second. We want to get really close to this. We're going to drop down Time Turner self over here. We're going to put Malfoy here. Look at that, we've got 4 plus this one, and we are going to go, bang, we missed. That is the downside of this attack. It takes that 1.5 seconds to actually come off, which can be a very, very long time. I'm going to keep recycling through and bring you back in when I have another chance. Alrighty, we've got the Glacial up again. We were going to Time Turner again. Look at that, we've got 2, and then we've got the Frey twins waiting there. And then we have a few more opponents here to actually hit this on. So we're going to go Frey twins, ice down on this opponent down the back here. Boom, look at that. Absolutely downed them. That is, that's so good. Ah, sit down. It's such a good attack. If you can get it off and you hit your opponent like I just did then, they literally, she had over 600 health and she was down for the count. Like seriously, it is an amazing attack if you can hit your opponent. Where she was standing there was absolutely perfect, but it was going to take her a long time to actually get out of the way. So you really just need to be thinking about where they are and how to attack them. Like that first one, we was right at the back here. Not probably the best place to do it, but I'm here to just show you what to do. I make mistakes as well. Alright, look, we got it down again. We go bang. Boom, killed. See you later. Sit down. So that is how good it can be in duels. You really just need to be on the ball. It works better in duos because there's so much else happening on the pitch that you can sometimes just get it off without them knowing. You probably, if you really did save up everything, you could throw your Incarcerus or your Bouncers, Inflatus or whatever it is, and then do it if you really wanted to, but that's so many cards to use after one another. I feel like it's better to just use it like that and Just wait till they're in an opportune position to use it. But we'll head over to the forest now and have a look how I used it there. So here on DD8 final boss, the spider, it's a pretty easy boss, to be honest. It can be really hard because they do keep trapping you. But if you have the right cards, I was really lucky. I got Aguamente all the way to legendary. As you see, I absolutely melt him with 2 Aguamentes. He's just gone, which leaves me to just pick off the rest of them. I have pretty much the same deck, except in Carcerus, I switched for Aguamente just because I got the bonuses. But look at this, I've got all of those 3. I've got the ice, boom, 500, 400 on all of them. And they don't move, so you hit it every time. It's nearly better in PvE content than it is in PvP because you are guaranteed to hit every time. The hardest thing is, it would be really good if you can cycle through it really fast and get it around before these guys die, but it's really hard because they're getting attacked by the enemies all the time. They die pretty fast. Like, I just got Glacius there. I probably shouldn't have used Ventus, and I would have been able to get it out again, and it would have nearly won straight off the bat. But as you can see, I'm literally just missed it. Again, even using it by itself is still 600, but it works a lot better if you have a couple, all of yous just honing in on it. So I do stuff up a little bit here. I know that I've already won. I just use my whiz bangs to take them out a little bit more. If you are stuck on this level, this is a pretty good way to do it. Whiz bangs and Glacius, just to take out as much AoE damage as possible. Aguamente, again, just look at that. As you can see, I dropped the Frey twins here, use my Glacius, bang, and 460 each, 500 each. It is just an absolute nuke. Nuke your enemies down with this. That is it for today, guys. Hopefully this little combo can get you through some PvE content and even use it really sneakily in that PvP arena. Thank you, and I'll talk to you later.